Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and we've got plenty to talk about in this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. It's all sorts of things having to do with the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Just a hodgepodge of topics to talk about. And I'll be starting with the piece that I find to be perhaps the most interesting news of the day, which is that there's a rumor of the SEC gearing up to sue the ETHEREUM Foundation. Well, I thought that they were protected. They were the chosen ones. Maybe not. Maybe not. Different people are in charge of the SEC now. Also, why is it that Judge Netburn agrees that Hinman's speech, when he talks about the nature of Ethereum specifically during his Ethereum free pass speech, why is it that that's just his opinion, given that the way everything was presented was as though it's official decree from the SEC and other such things? Why is that? And is it good or bad? Well, as it turns out, and there's some interesting talking points from an XRP community member I want to bring up, but even though it's ridiculous, it's actually not all bad. And I got a few other topics as well, but before going further, I do want to be clear. I don't have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so here's a tweet from Haley Lennon. She's a lawyer. She's a partner at Anderson Kill Law Firm and also happens to be a contributor for Forbes Crypto. And who worked at Coinbase. She's got a strong crypto background, let's say. She is not a fan of XRP, and that's fine. I don't need people to like the same stuff that I like. But I will say this before even delving in any further. I do tend to find that frequently when people despise a particular cryptocurrency, that bias seeps into their analysis, and I'm afraid in part that may be the case here, but I'll get to that in a second. First, she's in the know. She's got all sorts of contacts, including at the SEC and all over the place, apparently. And she tweeted out the following, which is not going to surprise anyone in the XRP community because we've been paying freaking attention to the developments that have been occurring over the last year in particular. Here's what attorney Haley Lennon had to say. I keep hearing rumbling about the SEC thinking Ethereum was a security after all. 2022 may be even more of an SEC S-word show than I thought. And I censored that for you adults out there that may have some children's in the background, and you are welcome. S-word show. So, look, not a surprise to me in the least. We don't know for sure. It is a rumor. We don't know for sure if the SEC is going to sue the Ethereum Foundation and the founders, but don't be surprised in the least. This could all come back. So, like Joe Lubin, one of the co-founders of Ethereum, who despises Ripple and despises XRP, he's been praising the SEC. Do you think he's going to continue to sing that tune if the SEC does come after him and the Ethereum Foundation? Do you think he'll still praise them? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking that he thought he had this free pass, but here's the truth. They never had a free pass. They had Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman and maybe some others towards the upper echelon of what it is to be in the SEC. Those people with the most power in the SEC, those people were protecting Ethereum and providing market guidance, even though they say now, of course, it's not officially from the SEC. But they were providing that market guidance. And those people that were supporting Ethereum, they're no longer at the SEC. Now you've got SEC dictator Kim Jong-Gary. And we know back in 2018, before he was SEC chair, Gary, not such a fan of XRP and also not such a fan of Ethereum. He said that both of them, from his perspective, were securities. And so now that these people that had interests in Ethereum are no longer present at the SEC, and now you have somebody that thinks that Ethereum is a security in charge, presumably he'd still think that, is it going to be any surprise that the SEC it ends up attacking Ethereum? Is that going to surprise anybody? Not you. If you're paying attention, I think it wouldn't surprise you. It wouldn't surprise me. That's what could be coming down the pike right here. That's what I'm anticipating. And this is why it's been so important for everybody in the world of crypto to support Ripple in their efforts in combating the SEC, because if XRP is a security, then every cryptocurrency is a security. It's complete nonsense, but this is what's happening. So don't be surprised if this goes down like this. And then you can see here's a tweet from Haley Lynn, and she tweeted out, this is on January 10th, I'm personally not a fan of XRP. That doesn't mean I'm a fan of how the SEC regulates the industry. And so look, that's fine. I don't dislike people or think poorly of them because they don't like the same crypto as me. It would be interesting if she'd ever articulate why she doesn't like XRP. I'm not aware of her publicly stating why, but usually it has something to do with, from people, this is just my experience, just being in the world of crypto over 4 years, a lot of times it has to do with that Ripple's trying to position XRP to help out the legacy financial system. Which is extra hilarious to me because, like, what cryptocurrency is more supported by the legacy world of finance than Bitcoin, frankly? Think about JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. Oh, they're on the Bitcoin train now, aren't they? But no, XRP's the banker's coin. That's just complete nonsense. The reality of it is that XRP was built as a better version of Bitcoin. That's it. But I do think that there's a reasonable chance that her bias against XRP is bleeding into her analysis, and here's why. Somebody named Tag XRP, a member of the XRP community, I highlight him on the channel from time to time, he puts out all sorts of interesting stuff. He's at Tag XRP, TAIG on Twitter, said, Haley Lennon, do you still think XRP will be deemed a security like you said in this tweet? And he's referencing this tweet from June 27th, 2021 from Haley Lennon, in which she wrote, I think it's a security and will be deemed as such. So she does believe that XRP, by the very nature of it existing, it is, the asset itself is a security. Not that it's being packaged and sold as an investment contract, as a security, but that the very nature of it existing is a security. And so Tag XRP again here asked, hey, do you still believe this, that XRP is a security and that it's going to be deemed as such? And Haley Lennon responded, this was just 20 hours ago, with one word, yes. She still believes that. And so you know what I want to ask her? I want to ask her if she believes that oranges are securities. Because in the Howey case, dating back to 1946, that was the underlying asset, is the nature of oranges existing. That makes it a security? Because that's the same faulty logic that you'd have to apply to XRP. And she's an attorney. I don't know how she could possibly think that makes logical sense. That doesn't make sense. Are oranges securities? Haley Lennon, I do want to know that. And so it's so illogical. That's why I'm saying, I'm wondering if her bias is bleeding into her analysis and she actually believes that the underlying asset is going to be a security. And if that's the case, well, hell, Ethereum's really screwed then, and so is just about every other crypto on the planet. Because let's be real, just about every cryptocurrency on the planet starts out centralized. It's just by the nature of it. Even Bitcoin was centralized when it started. Think about it. Satoshi Nakamoto mining the first Bitcoin block. Centralized. One participant. Very centralized. That's why you need a safe harbor. You need a path forward for cryptocurrencies so that they can become decentralized over time. It's a new technology and the SEC needs to allow for that, but they're not. And so what cryptocurrency would not be considered a security? And it's so clear that the Ethereum founders, they broke the law. Like they for real broke the law, raising money so that they could then build Ethereum. Because it didn't even exist when they were collecting the money. That didn't, understand, XRP and the XRP ledger, it existed before Ripple, the company, existed. It's like a finished product, good to go. Money was not raised in order to develop the XRP ledger. It was just freaking created. Haley Lennon then also wrote, P.S. I don't like that is how the SEC regulates the space. XRP being deemed a security isn't a win for me or the space, but I do think that could be the result of the litigation. I'm happy the litigation is making the SEC show their cards. What do you mean it's not a win for you? You literally wrote that you do believe it's a security, you personally, and that you think the SEC will win in the case and it will be deemed a security. You believe both of those things. And now here, because again, you confirmed that you still believe that on June 27th. In the very next tweet, though, you're saying it's not a win for you or the space. Well, if it's legally correct, how is that not a win for the space, right? Don't you want justice to be done? I'm a little confused there on that point. That's a little peculiar. And so all this Bill Hinman stuff, too, it's weird. This is some wishy-washy stuff here. But take a look at this perspective from XRP community member Stefan Huber, and I think he's making some fantastic points here. One or two of these I made in a video just a day or two ago, actually. Check this out, though. If Judge Netburn hadn't declared Hinman's speech as personal opinion, and then he's got 4 bullet points. Number 1, Hinman would have been guilty of perjury. Number 2, the SEC would be responsible for ETHGate. 3, Ripple had no access to his emails. And 4, Ripple had no access to ETHGate-related documents. And so think about this, because the judge has stated that Billy Hinman's speech, that's just his personal opinion, And given that it's just personal opinion, it's not part of deliberations of the SEC. And so because it's just personal opinion, now we're going to get all those letters. So it's actually, that's actually a benefit to the XRP community, right? And to Ripple specifically. So that's actually a good thing, even though I think we're all going to agree it's ridiculous to believe that this was just his personal opinion, given that Jay Clayton, who is at the top of the SEC, was contributing to this speech also. Like, if that's not the SEC, then what the hell is the SEC? All right, and then consider there was, I think I got it here. There was this. This was shared by XRP community member Wheezy, who tagged me along with some others. Thank you very much, Wheezy, for tagging me. I'm not going to play the actual clip, but there's a speech where he's citing here. Hey, the speech that I gave, use this speech as guidance. And then here's another clip from that same speech where this is transcribed from Bill Hinman. He said the following: "We had expressed to the world that we didn't view Ether as a security." Who is we? So clearly, so you see this, you see the way it's presented, you see Bill Hinman using the word "we" publicly, including on national television, not just here at this little talk at Georgetown Law. It couldn't be more clear. This was officially the SEC, but because there was this one asterisk where he said, these are just my personal opinions, not necessarily the views of the SEC. Because you put that disclaimer, everything else you do, no matter how damning, no matter how it proves that you were intending to position it as official decree from the SEC, that one little asterisk, that little legal disclaimer means that you can do whatever you want. You can make it look like it's official SEC decree, but because you said that one lie that it's just your personal opinion, you got away with it. And so that part, it's kind of infuriating, but I also acknowledge on the flip side, there are all these documents that the SEC can't claim privilege to, which means Ripple's getting them now. And the judge has already decided that. Interesting, is it not? And so John Deaton, Attorney John Deaton, he retweeted what Haley Lennon said about hearing that there's rumors, and I wouldn't be surprised if something to this, but there's rumors that ETHEREUM, SEC might see that it's fine, that's security, there might be some legal action. Well, John Deaton retweeted that and wrote the following: "Like I said before, Hinman better lawyer up. The day the SEC filed Hinman's sworn affidavit in the Ripple/XRP case, stating the Ether Free Pass speech represented only his personal opinions and not SEC guidance, placed him in violation of Title V." And I mentioned that a number of times, including a video just the other day. And then John says, "As a former federal prosecutor, I've won cases with less circumstantial evidence of guilt than this. Imagine what might be uncovered through subpoena power. The sad irony is that those that celebrated the lawsuit against Ripple might ultimately regret the lawsuit the most." Isn't that true? These Ethereum folks, I mean, gosh, it's not like I want Ethereum to be sued into oblivion, but some of these people, they were rather jerky about this, were they not? Well, looks like, I don't believe in karma, but they're going to get theirs. Okay? It looks like they might anyway. At least they might. We'll see here. And then there was this, and this is also from XRP community member Stefan Huber, and this is just ridiculous to me, but there's a little piece written here by the SEC. I don't know exactly what this is from. Yeah, I don't think I knew that before recording that, but it doesn't really matter to make the point here. But Stefan Huber wrote the following: "Can you believe this? The SEC calls the XRP ledger a sophisticated blockchain technology, but calls its native token XRP a useless security, playing no role within this sophisticated blockchain technology underlying XRP other than funding for Ripple. Can't make this up." And indeed, and he highlighted this here. It says here, "and the sophisticated blockchain technology underlying XRP." Yes, it is very sophisticated, but then they claim XRP doesn't do anything, which literally isn't true. I've been naming the use cases for XRP on this channel for over 3 years at this point. It's literally not true. These are lying liars at the SEC. They're a bunch of asshats. Major, monstrously huge asshats. Lying liars. But it gets even more ridiculous. Because while they're claiming that XRP doesn't do anything, and acknowledging that the XRP ledger itself is very sophisticated, though, they were researching it. And you got to kind of wonder, too, given that it's supposed to have been so clear, the nature of XRP and the XRP ledger, how it operates, and the implications from a legal perspective, from just a regulatory perspective, it's been so clear since the inception of the crypto asset class. Why was the SEC researching and running a node on the XRP ledger in 2019 to learn more about it? How is it? How could that be the case? They need to learn any more. Because everything's so clear. Like, why are you even... So here's the deal. Here's a tweet from July 10th, 2019 for Stuart Alderati, who is general counsel at Ripple. He's been a lawyer for decades. And he wrote, SEC will hire a vendor to run nodes on blockchain ledgers to inform its policy on digital assets. There you go. They're doing this to inform their policy on digital assets because they hadn't done their homework yet. But somehow, Ripple was supposed to know that what they were doing was illegal the whole time. And XRP is a security. That's absurd. And so think about this. They're literally running a node, helping to facilitate these illegal transactions. The SEC running a node and find they're having a third party do it. It doesn't matter. They're the ones demanding it be done, right? They're still doing it. In fact, if anything, that's worse because it's just even more taxpayer dollars and you're hiring a firm to do that. And so then there was... I think this is where did I want to go? Oh yeah, so Tag XRP was talking about this exact topic here. And Tag wrote, the SEC runs a Ripple validator. Wouldn't that mean, according to the SEC's theory, they are engaged in the unlawful sale/transfer of securities in violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act of 1933? They're just protecting us, right? And see, that's a point. And this is why this is the most ridiculous thing perhaps out of this whole case, is that they're facilitating these illegal transactions, and it's bad when Ripple does it, but they get to break the law and just do it, right? Completely ridiculous. And so here's what John Deaton had to say on that topic. How the node was configured? Is it accurate that this contractor on behalf of the SEC was running a node that helped validate transactions? If so, then yes. We could assert that the SEC's agent took part in validating illegal securities transactions if XRP is a security. So there you go. The SEC broke the law. How about that? If indeed XRP is a security. And it's not. But do you see how ridiculous all of this is? It's going to be a hell of a year, man. Just don't be surprised if one day you wake up and you're like, oh yeah, Ethereum founders, they're in a lot of trouble. Ethereum Foundation getting sued into oblivion by the SEC because Gary Gensler wants to go after them. And they're not protected anymore, right? They're not. They're not protected anymore. So we don't know for sure. Just don't be surprised if this happens. And they're a big target. It's the largest altcoin on the planet in terms of market cap. We'll see, guys. 2022, interesting year. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say are right. So that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.